Hey everyone, welcome back to Good Vibes, and on today's episode I'm going to be making lobster rolls. But before I get started, I want to make myself a nice refreshing cocktail. So I'm going to be making an Aperol Spritz, which is one of my favorite drinks during the summer. And let's get started with a glass full of ice. I have my little orange garnish. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pour in equal parts of Aperol and some Prosecco, and I'm going to top it off with a little bit of soda water. So let's get started. About halfway. Now Aperol Spritz has a little bit of a bitter orange flavor, but it's just really refreshing because then you mix it all up, it gets all bubbly. Yum. And then I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of club soda. So good. Cheers, guys. All right. So I'm going to get this cranked up here. Okay. So we have two 1 1/4 pound lobsters, which we're going to steam for 12 minutes. And if you're kind of afraid to kill the lobsters, you can always ask your fishmonger to kill them as well, so you don't have to do it. But I have some water steaming here, some boiling water, and you're going to steam them for about 12 minutes. So we'll check back in a little while. It's been 12 minutes, guys, so now we are going to open up the lid. It's nice and steamy. So I've created an ice bath here so that we can chill the lobsters and cool them down. So I'm going to leave them in the ice bath for about 3 minutes so that our lobster meat gets nice and cool. Well, all right. So now I'm going to get ready to make the sauce for the lobster roll. So we have all our ingredients here. I have a stalk of celery, a little bunch of parsley, a lemon, 3 tablespoons of mayo, and let's get started. I'm going to cut my celery in half, which I have done already. And I really want to make sure that the slices are really thin, because when you're eating the lobster roll, you don't want to be eating chunks of celery. You just want it to enhance the flavor and give it some texture. I'm really getting into the celery. I really want it in like fine pieces. So you're just going to go over it like this and continue chopping them. That looks good. So now I'm going to put the celery into our bowl. And we're going to get to the parsley. So what you want to do with herbs, you kind of want to roll them. Gives you a better chop. So I have it rolled here. And you want to finely chop these as well. And once I've chopped it this way, I'm going to go over it. I'm going to chop it again. Again, you don't want like large chunks of vegetable in your lobster roll. You just want like small pieces to like enhance it. All right, our parsley is nicely chopped. So now that we have our greens in here, I am going to add in the 3 tablespoons of mayo. And I also want to squeeze in some lemon juice. So I'm going to cut about 1/4 of it. Love this lemon juicer. Really get in there. And then a trick, if you kind of open the lid, the liquid comes out. Okay. And then if you want it a little bit more citrusy, you could always add more. You want to make sure you salt it and pepper it. We'll put some pepper in here. And just going to do a little dash of salt. So now we have our base for the lobster roll. And what I also want to do is I have our rolls. So these are New England style rolls, which they already come pre-cut for you. But if you can't find these, you can use brioche rolls or hot dog buns even. And you want these to be nice and buttery and toasted. So I have some butter that's been melted already. And I'm gonna brush the bun with some butter, and then I'm gonna pop them in the toaster oven for about 4 minutes. So you really wanna make sure you get every bit of it, just to get like that extra richness. You're gonna go inside. Make sure you get all the sides and even the top of it. Here we are. The lobsters are chilled and ready to be broken into. So let's get started. Now you want to make sure you have a kitchen towel to prevent any like splashes and spillages and all that stuff. So you want to make sure to kind of just hold it from the body and then remove the tail like this. And then again, hold the body and remove the claws. Now the best thing about this is you can actually save the lobsters and make some great lobster stock, and then it turns into an amazing lobster bisque. So I'll save that and do it for our next episode. Go in for the second one. Again, hold the body and remove the tail. You know what's great about making lobster rolls at home is that it's so much more affordable. When you get them at restaurants, they're like $20 to $25 for a lobster roll, and they could be mediocre, they could be great. But right now, lobsters are on sale during summertime, and it's $6.99 a pound. So guess what? I got these 2 lobsters for $16, guys. And with these 2 lobsters, you can make 3 lobster rolls. So think about it, it's like $75 at a restaurant when you can make it at home for like $16 for the 2 lobsters. I think it's a great way to go, guys. So now I'm gonna cut the tail open. I have it upside down. You just wanna take your knife and start at the end and just bring it down like such. And then you have your lobster meat right here. I'm getting into the claws, and what you want to do is you want to cover it with the kitchen towel. Now I have a nice little kitchen hammer that I use. So you just kind of want to bang it down. Give it a couple of good bangs. And voila, your lobster meat. Look at all the lovely meat. So now I'm going to chop this all up. Make sure you get some nice sized pieces. There's no right way to chop it or wrong way to chop it. Just want to make sure you get everything mixed in. Now you don't want to chop it like too finely because you still want like a chunky lobster roll. So that looks good. We have some nice pieces in here. I'm going to mix this in. You want to get everything mixed in together. It's going to have a wonderful flavor. Now again, you can also adjust the flavors by adding more salt or more pepper, whatever your heart desires. You know, I always believe cooking is about what, you like, what you enjoy. There's no right or wrong way. Looks great, guys. So now I'm going to get them all rolled into our buns. The buns are about to be toasted. Put it on toast mode, and we're going to start. See you soon, buns. We are ready to make our lobster rolls, so let's get started. So we have our buns nicely toasted and buttered. Now you're just gonna scoop up the lobster meat, and you're gonna assemble the lobster roll. Now you can stuff these as big as you want, as small as you want. But you want a nice, big, juicy lobster roll. So you can actually even make 4 lobster rolls out of 2 lobsters if you'd like, depending on how large you stuff them. Get these babies all ready. I can't wait to dig in, guys. Yum! So good. Now, I like to squeeze a little bit of fresh lemon juice on mine and give it a taste. And then you can also serve it with a side of coleslaw, which I have right here. And I made the coleslaw more on the vinegary side because you have a lot of mayonnaise in here, so you kind of want that balance of like tanginess with like the creaminess. So I'm going in for it, guys. That's a great lobster roll. It's refreshing, it's nice and creamy, it has a little bit of citrus. So here's your lobster roll, guys. If you like this recipe, give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching Good Vibes by Jane, guys. See you on the next episode.